You know how I tell everybody to balkanize all the time? Pack up your stuff and leave. If you're in a blue area, move to a red area and then be an activist once you get there. Make it redder. Run for school board, city council, take over all the institutions to fortify yourself, right? Well, sometimes I think I'm just wasting my breath because people are already doing it. I'm going to read you a couple things here, then we'll come back to that. Pause for a moment. This is a headline from the New York Post. Powerful teachers union influenced the CDC on school reopenings, emails show. And we have several emails from February 1st to February 3rd sent right from the CDC director to American Federation of Teachers senior director, and this is the kind of thing they say. Quote, "Thank you again for Friday's rich discussion about forthcoming CDC guidance and for your openness to the suggestion made by our president, Randy Weingarten, and the AFT. We were able to review a copy of the draft guidance document over the weekend, and we were able to provide some initial feedback to several staff this morning about possible ways to strengthen the document. We believe our experiences on the ground can inform and enrich thinking around what is practicable and prudent in the future guidance documents. We are immensely grateful for your genuine desire to earn our confidence and your commitment to partnership." You see, the truth is this. The coronavirus stuff, what it really did, all the idiotic suicidal lockdowns and masks and everything else and run and hide and we're all going to die and close schools and little Billy's going to die. What it really did, well, it did a lot of bad financial damage, a lot of mental health damage. Cost Donald Trump the election, no question about it. But what it did was it increased the pace of our separation. What do I mean by that? I mean the regular American Joe now. They're looking at things and they're saying to themselves, wait, what? Do I have that right? The CDC's working with the teachers unions to keep my kids' school closed? What, is that right? Yeah, you do have it right. You do have it right. You see, the regular, normal American is waking up to the fact that the system is real. It's not just something some wingnut named Jesse Kelly talks about on I'm Right every single night on the 1st at 9 p.m. Eastern. The system is real. The people in control of every single cultural institution we have, they all think the same way. They all work together constantly, and part of them working together is screwing you over every chance they get. So what was I talking about in the beginning about balkanization and it's all happening and these things like that? Well, a couple things. Did you see the recent news about the states losing congresspeople and states gaining congresspeople? California lost a couple, New York's losing, Texas is gaining, Florida's gaining. You combine that with things you're seeing out there, like there was a headline today about a South Lake High School where they're voting in people now in their school system who are going to bounce critical race theory, things like that, and non-political things. You know what'll tell the tale? Real estate listings. You remember for a time there were so many people moving out of New York, the moving companies were turning people away. But real estate in places like Montana, open, free, went hardcore right in the last election. Well, I'll tell you this way, I just heard about a guy who bought a lot for $250,000, just a lot, not even a house on it, and turned around and sold it the next month for $500,000. That's how many people are pouring into the state. They're pouring into places like Texas. They're pouring into places like Florida. You see, when I say balkanize and separate and leave, the truth is, because of coronavirus, the country's already doing it. I don't have to say anything. People are not going to live like this. They're not going to live like this. A lot of this has to do with kids, too. People around the country, now I haven't experienced this, but people around the country have had their kids in schools where they're walking around with a face mask and a face shield and make sure you bathe in hand sanitizer every day and sit behind your plexiglass, and that's how they've lived their life. And now, you know what's happening? They're turning on the television set and they're seeing places like Texas and Florida, Montana, other places, and they're seeing kids who are maskless, smiling, having fun, free, playing, doing kid stuff. And you know what they're saying to themselves? Honey, can we move to Florida? Honey, could you do your job from Texas? Any way you get a transfer from Texas? Hey, we were thinking about starting that new business. Maybe now's the time. Let's pack up and move to Texas and do that. The country's already separating. The people who want to hide and be scared and drown themselves in hand sanitizer every single day, they're going to stay in those horrible leftist places. And the people who want to be able to live their lives, they're moving out. Now, I don't think, obviously, it's something on a macro level you want to celebrate, the country's separating, but one thing you definitely have to understand, it is separating. It is, there's no way around it. Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me, like it, subscribe, you'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me. Thanks.